his three-point shot.
It's a towering shot, baby.
Red Bulls takes it to the house.
The following is a production of the Rough Rider broadcast team, a presentation of Watlington and Shires Productions.
Hello there, Rider fans, and welcome to the Pizzeria. It's another Monday night and time for the Coach Rick Meeks Show. Hey, where you been, Coach? Where's the coach? It's been a while, but we're glad we're back. Brought to you by Sabine State Bank. Tonight, we talk Center Rough Rider soccer, playoff run, ready, soccer, center baseball, center softball, and we talk a little bit about the center high school track team going to the Texas relays. All that and more from the Pizzeria. Give me some of that. Coming up next, because the coach is in the house. Is in the house. Is in the house. Is in the house.
Everybody, welcome to the Coach Rick Meeks Show. And guess what? We got Coach Rick Meeks here early on in the show. We know he's been gone a couple weeks doing some track and some other things. So we took some liberties while you're away, but now that you're back, so Coach, it's spring sports are well underway. I guess soccer is kind of a combination because it's kind of a winter, and then if you have a successful soccer season, it goes into spring, and that's kind of where we are as we get ready to tee up the first round of the playoffs tomorrow night. Of course, we'll be there. Talk about that. I guess we're live here from the Pizzeria. We have a couple pizzas left over from the Piney Woods Coaches Show. Hopefully, we have some more on the way. What did we have? There was a pepperoni and then a Works pizza here that got devastated. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So.
Tell you, the pepperoni special.
It's good.
It's a hit every time.
It is. You just can't beat it. It's gone. It's gone. So we got that. We've got the baseball and the softball are going. We have spring tennis going. We got the track and field. So we have a lot of different things to talk about, and that's what we'll do as we get ready to want to take a quick break. We'll hear from Sabine State Bank and the Pizzeria, which hosts us every week, and we'll come back and we'll start talking about some Rough Rider athletics and spring sports next.
At Sabine State Bank, you have a lot of things going for you. It's a small office, so everybody knows you by name. They know your needs individually. And maybe best of all, you got Steve Waters working for you. Steve will bend over backwards to make sure that he and his staff are doing everything they can do to meet your financial needs. Sabine State Bank. So many things get started at Pizzeria. You start your party off with a pizza from the Pizzeria. You get your celebration started. You get your season started. For a lot of us, our passion with pizza started at the Pizzeria, a tradition since 1960s. It's the Pizzeria just off the square in Center.
Struggling with mobility, chronic pain, work, or sports injury? At Azalea Orthopedics, our team of highly trained physicians specialize in complete orthopedic care, pain management, sports medicine, physical medicine, and rehabilitation. If you've sustained a bone or joint injury, have mobility or movement problems, struggle with pain, contact Azalea Orthopedics. We're conveniently located across East Texas, serving 18 counties. When visiting your doctor, urgent care, or hospital, you have a choice. Demand Azalea. At Azalea Orthopedics, your health is our priority.
For Matthews Realty, going above and beyond is what's expected. This is agency owner Colin Matthews. Our team of seasoned real estate professionals believe in giving their clients an advantage in any real estate transaction. Matthews Realty has a reputation of highly personalized service. Matter of fact, it's our #1 priority. From commercial and residential properties, poultry farms to beach rentals, our team works hard so you don't have to.
Call Matthews Realty 598-7800 or see their complete listings at matthewsrealty.com.
All right, folks, welcome back to the Rick Meeks Show, live here from the Pizzeria, brought to you by Sabine State Bank. So, Coach, we'll start with, you got any brackets?
I do. Me and the boys got a little friendly competition at the house.
Oh, yeah?
So Blake, Beckett, and Sloan and myself
Oh, yeah. What's on the line? Is
I'm yard work.
Oh, right. Very good.
little mowing and weed eating,
Yep.
put them to work. So we've had fun with it.
Yeah.
The fun part was trying to explain to them the difference between the conference tournaments and the March Madness.
Yeah,
This is the first time I've done it with them, and so that was a little tough. But then once they figured it out, then we got us some brackets filled out, and they're having fun with it. So.
Oh, good. Well, how's your bracket?
It's about 50-50, right?
I think a lot of people are because you don't pick chalk. Nobody. That's no fun to pick a bracket with chalk. With all the top seeds, and because you want some Cinderellas, but just not many Cinderellas this year. One number 11, one number 6, one number 5, and everything else is 1 and 2.
Everything else is 1 and 2s. I have Houston winning it, so at least I still have that one. Now I had them playing Auburn in the finals, and that kind of got thrown out the very first day. So.
Hey,
so I'm hanging on to one half of it.
There you go. Well, I can't really see if Wallington did. He just walked in wearing an SMU shirt. I'm curious about that.
No, I don't have a bracket.
Okay, he didn't do it. He and his boys didn't do a bracket. Too late. Wallington cheering for Oakland. Yeah. Where's Grand Canyon? I'm assuming is it Grand Canyon in Arizona or?
It's not in Grand Canyon, Kentucky.
Well, anyway, that's really the fun part is when you have those teams that you just don't have any idea or very little idea about it. Well, let's see what we got here. We need to talk about Mooney's Emporium. We finally. So other night we talked about Mooney's Emporium at the baseball game, and I got a text from Retina Harrison saying that Coach really went and get her a purse, and she loves it.
Oh,
so
he took advice.
He did. So I don't know what we're going to talk about anymore with Coach because that was the mystery.
He went and did it.
He did, but you can find purses, you can find T-shirts, you can have custom-made T-shirts, and all sorts of food and goodies there at Mooney's Emporium. Mm-hmm. What do you want to talk with, Coach? Or what do you want to talk? What do you want to start with? We've got all the spring sports.
We can go boys soccer.
Let's go boys soccer.
They're the ones currently in the playoffs now. They get to start by district their playoff run and by district tomorrow. We finished second in our district, and so we host the playoff game. That was an agreement we had with district. What would they be? 16? No, 18. And so the 1 and 2 seeds are hosting. So we have Madisonville coming to town tomorrow night, and I know we feel pretty good about it, and just the fact that we get to host, being able to play at home, and that's going to be a lot of fun. So hopefully have a really good crowd, and
that's right.
Good night.
It's fun, and it's I've really enjoyed covering them so much so I was looking around on the television on Saturday, and some of the couple that it was like Auburn was getting beat or something, but anyway, I looked on and there was Brazil versus England in a friendly match, getting ready for the Europeans and the American whatever stuff, and all these guys they play against each other, and some of them are teammates. But I'm going to tell you what, it was a chippy affair, but it was kind of cool because center plays like Brazil,
right?
The Rough Riders. Coach G plays like Brazil does, and it was kind of cool. England was trying to control it and try to do all this stuff, but Brazil just at times would overwhelm them, and it ended up being 1-0. So I mean, it was like the typical soccer game, but
right. Watch all that time.
But there was a ton of excitement, and folks, I mean, if you're not into soccer, because before we started broadcasting, 4 or 5 years ago. And I know they kicked it and tried to put it in the net, but that's about it.
Right.
I didn't understand any of the rest of the stuff. Now I watch it and I understand what's going on, and there's some cool stuff. Even when they don't have a score, you see what they're doing, their strategy. But come out, it's fun to watch. We have an excellent soccer team. They play what Coach and I call it's beautiful soccer.
Beautiful soccer.
It's beautiful soccer.
Yeah, so Coach G does a great job. And just like you said, I have a different view and respect of the game now that I've been around it more the last couple years with our kids. And so not only just getting to know them and watching them compete, but just the way they play through the game. And so it's I enjoy watching it, and should be a lot of excitement. So we got to come out and come see it. Get in the bleachers. Let's go.
Right, 6:30 p.m. tomorrow night.
Rough Rider Stadium.
At Rough Rider Stadium. Come out, packed. I mean, it should be we've had this rainy, kind of cloudy stuff, but I think we're supposed to have a beautiful rest of the week. So come out and support the Rough Riders, because I'm telling you, folks, get on the bandwagon, because I think this team can go all the way. They've got what it takes to go all the way. I mean, they're the only team that gave Kilgore a loss this year. I mean, they had a couple of ties, but
we had them beat the first time.
Yeah, we did. We had them beat. So, folks, that's the Center Rough Riders. Let's take a quick break. We're going to hear from a couple of sponsors. Let's hear from Batters and Blake Furniture.
Batters Law Firm is your first choice in personal injury law. Jeff Batters and his staff lead the way in the area with Best of Nacogdoches and Best of Lufkin votes over the last several years. If your case matters, it's got to be Batters. JBA Financial Services brings you Coach Talk, and there's a reason for that. John Black knows that when you're preparing for an important game, you need a plan. They'd like to be a part of the details, the X's and O's of that plan. He's put together a good team, a coaching staff that would help you and your family get where they want to go. At JBA Financial Services, they're working to secure your family's future.
At Aurora Concepts, our team of doctors and advanced practice providers are highly trained and qualified in family medicine. We strive to provide our patients guidance towards the healthiest lifestyle possible, no matter their age. We offer a full spectrum of family medicine, including scheduled appointments, telehealth services you can do from home, and walk-in visits with no appointment. We accept all major insurances, including Medicaid and Medicare, and we also have the most competitive self-pay rates in the area. For highly trained expert care in East Texas, choose Aurora Concepts. Let us take care of you.
Center Motor Company. From whatever angle you look at it, you see Ford. Ford trucks, SUVs like the Bronco, and iconic cars like the Mustang. A legacy managed by Kevin Jones and created by Ray Jones. Center Motor Company on Hurst Street in Center.
It's as easy as 1, 2, 3 to see why Blake Furniture is the top furniture company in East Texas. Get the lowest prices and discover our easy in-store financing and low payment plans. Plus, get the fastest delivery in East Texas. Get your credit pre-approved online at blakefurniture.com today.
Serving our communities for over a century, Farmers State Bank continues to meet the financial needs of East and Central Texas. With roots that run deep, Farmers State Bank serves as a source of financial strength to meet the needs of our neighbors. From a comprehensive range of financial products to individual service, we remain dedicated to being a true community bank. Farmers State Bank, improving lives and fulfilling dreams.
All right, folks, welcome back to the Rick Meeks Show here, live from the pizzeria, brought to you by Sabine State Bank. We've hooked in the Big Daddy mixer board so we can get Chris Wallington in here in just a minute. But Papa Love talked about the Rough Rider track team. I guess we're headed to the Texas Relays.
We are.
So tell us about that, Coach.
Yep, so our boys 4x1 and 4x2 both qualified for the Texas Relays. So they'll be headed down there. Prelims of the 4x1 are Friday. Prelims of the 4x2 are Saturday morning, and then the finals for both of those are on Saturday. So for sure a Friday, Saturday event for us. They're going to run in Gladewater on Thursday, so we're still going to run in that meet. When we finish in that meet, the relays then will head down to Austin.
Okay. Who are on those teams?
So the 4x1, I got to go. Let's see. I got to go around the track. So we are Jermaine Hunter as the first leg to DeCalvian Edwards, to Caden Dixon, to Lance Wilburn, and then the 4x2 is Jermaine to Cash Cross to DeCalvian to Lance.
Oh, right.
So 2 relays, 5 guys. Cash and Caden are kind of the 2 that are interchanged in the 2 relays. But they're running really well. And the thing that's pretty cool about that, so obviously this is Texas, the University of Texas track meet. They have a high school division, and the way they do it is once the meet's over from the year before, you have 12 months that you can submit a time.
Okay.
And it just has to be those same guys. So in other words, when whatever we ran in Austin last year at the state meet, we couldn't use it because Kiwi graduated.
Right.
So anyway, you submit times, and once you submit a time, if you perform better, you can submit another one. And so they take times all the way up to last Monday, so a week out, or a week and a half out, and then a week out they announce what high schools are accepted and what teams are accepted. And so there'll be teams there running from obviously all over Texas and other states, high school kids, and so it's a pretty neat event.
Yeah,
so,
it's a big deal.
It's a very big deal, and then obviously an experience for our kids to be able to go, and so they really enjoy it, and they should. But great for them to run a qualifying time to be selected.
They do get to spend a couple days in one of the greatest places on earth.
The 40 acres?
Yes.
Austin, Texas? I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, it's one of the greatest places. It's one of the greatest places on earth. This one's but I do like UT. I think it's an interesting place. But Texas relays, we were talking yesterday. On my bucket list is the state track meet and the Texas relays. What? Describe the vibe. What makes it special? I mean, obviously part of it's kind of baked in, but you're looking forward to it.
Oh, absolutely. And take the state meet, for instance. I mean, you're there with the best of that race, of that division or classification in that year. And so just being able to be there to watch kids compete, and by event, for sure, daily, every year, there's records that go down. There's records that people say, won't be touched, and they are. And just watching people compete. And then it's packed. I mean, there's not an empty seat, and so you're in there.
How many? What's the?
I'm not
capacity?
sure what that holds. I know even prior to them building that stadium, when it was in
Memorial Stadium,
it was still full. So you're talking 80,000. And so now I imagine their track stadium is going to be around 35 to 40,000.
Yeah, I'm about 30.
Just a guess
That's
off
right.
the top of my head. It's full, and
it's 1A through 6A.
It is, and they do it in 3 different sessions. So 2 classifications are always paired together. 4A, 5A, 6A are all separate, and then each year they rotate 1A, 2A, and 3A and pair them up. So you get to see. I mean, it's a great event.
That's always astounded me, the sellout part.
Yeah.
Because state football, I mean, I know it's at AT&T Stadium, but before that it was at Texas Stadium or some other pro stadium, and there's a lot of people there, but there's way more empty seats than there are. So if you're saying that they used to be a near sellout or sellout at Memorial Stadium, if they held it at AT&T Stadium, it would be nearly a sellout there. What's the difference? How do you pack out the track meet and you can't pack out the football game?
Well, a lot, more schools are represented, and you got to think about communities that really get behind their school and their athletic department. If you have a group of kids that make it down there, a lot of times you're going to have a lot of your community there as well. And so you look at what do we have in 4A? 250 schools. So let's say half of those schools are represented, which is very possible. Those towns are going to go support, and so you first off, you have a bigger draw, and then second, you get a draw from just the recreational fan that enjoy going down and watch. And you got to think the timing of the year too. Weather's going to be nice. Majority of the time, you might catch rain, but it's not usually extremely hot or extremely cold. It's kind of there in the middle a little bit.
True.
So and
Well, the Texas Relays isn't just a high school.
yeah, and then the Texas Relays are completely different.
Yeah.
So the one this week is going to be a mixture of NCAA competition as well as high school competition.
I understand that one
Yeah,
makes a little more sense.
and you have celebrities there. I went when I was in Austin. I went
the Texas
to the Texas Relays. Yeah, and I want to say Carl Lewis was there and ran something.
That's kind of a big deal.
Right. But so you have all these folks. There are a lot of folks that are track fans, like you said. They just go. They put it on their calendar.
Right.
And they go down and spend the weekend.
Well, they must be, because even if you had, 75 schools from each division, that's 600, and that's about 500 schools. And if each of them brought 100 fans, that's a drop in the bucket. That's 5,000. So these track fans must be a silent group.
This past weekend too, and a lot of it gets amplified as you go through the year. I think they'll run better this week at Texas Relays, but take Atascocito and Duncanville this past weekend. All right, they ran at an invitational meet, FAT time, so it's legal.
What's FAT stand for?
Automated timing. I'm not sure about the F. The A and the T are automated timing. But they both broke the let's see, the Wyatt 4x1 record is what, 35 years old now? They both broke it this week. So think about that. It has stood for 35 years. All right. Duncanville breaks it and gets second. Yeah. And so Atascocito went 38-9 and Duncanville went 39-1 at the same meet. But now everybody knows about that. So now
that makes sense.
They are thinking about is now they still got to get there. You still got to get the baton around the track. You still got to run a clean race. You got to make sure you get there. But if they get out of region and get there, which as long as they run the race, they're going to get out of region. Everybody's waiting to see that.
Yep.
Because they want to see it be broke again.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And there's a lot of events that way. There's guys triple jumping or pole vaulting or the quarter mile or 4x2. And, Fort Bend Marshall is always really good in the relays. Duncanville, all these. Same on the girls' side. So now with social media, everybody knows about it. That's true. You start keeping track of all these times and what people are running. And now they want to show up to see all the records we broke.
Yep.
And so, but that's been a big one because that's been a long-standing record for a while.
Let's go.
And the biggest thing that everybody says that made it so impressive is they ran it in lane 1, which everybody knows the relays tend to run better in 3, 4, 5, and 6 in Austin. And that's another reason why I think they might run better this week in Texas Relays, because the way the track is, the 100 and the 300 meter mark, so the curves, they're not as sharp. It's more of a true oval as opposed to, the curves being really sharp around a football field.
Yeah.
So the curves, they're a little more gradual. The straightaways have still just a little bit of curve. So the track itself is set up for faster times. So there's a really good chance they could break it again this week.
1992, Linford Christie from Great Britain is racing against Carl Lewis and Ben Johnson, and he breaks the 100-meter dash record, comes in third. I love that story, but that's what the one you're telling is maybe better. That's because I don't think that record was 35 years old.
Right.
That's crazy.
And so, and I think a lot of people just get out there to support. You have an individual out there competing in front of everybody. The relays, sure, you can rely on the team, but the 100, the 200, the mile, just all the different races, there's people on the track competing, and everybody just enjoys watching it. So I think that's one reason why there's a lot there and generates excitement. You have to go at least once.
I would love to. It's on my list.
I always tell people the 800 is considered a sprint.
Yeah.
But you got to be a man.
You better be. You better be. But I promise you, when you go watch it there, it is a sprint.
Yes.
I mean, you got guys running back to back, 55-second laps or better. So
I'm going to say that they may be in better shape than I am.
I don't know. I mean, that's left up for other people's opinion. I think you're pretty close.
That's true. Our sponsor of the night tonight is the Sign Shop. Well, just if it's a Rough Rider game and we get to the end of a game, before we do the post-game show, the Sign Shop is right there. They have helped bring us, the signs for all year long, regardless of the sport. We don't have an ad to play for you today, but let me just tell you, Sign Shop right there, right behind Tammy Steptoe Realty's building. And
I mean, I'm a satisfied customer. I mean, if you're a yard sale person, you need a yard sale sign. If you're like Larry running for mayor at some point, he got to sign his Sparky D's from the sign shop. That's right. I mean, I don't know where else you go, honestly.
That's a good point. It's a good point. And
I know they do a lot for us at the school. I know that's what a lot of wall art, sign shop, locker tags, sign shop.
Yeah, the senior I think the senior class is doing a fundraiser, senior signs. I'm going to get one, but I bet I know where that came from. So
that's right.
Sign Shop, we appreciate you. We'll hear from some other sponsors. We'll be right back with more of the Rick Meeks Show. Center Motor Company. From whatever angle you look at it, you see Ford. Ford trucks, SUVs like the Bronco, and iconic cars like the Mustang. A legacy managed by Kevin Jones and created by Ray Jones. Center Motor Company on Hurst Street in Center.
Everybody, welcome back to the Rick Meeks Show here live from the Pizzeria, brought to you by Sabine State Bank. Go by and see Steve Waters down at Sabine State Bank. He'll play you some tennis and then loan you some money. So it's time to talk a little baseball, softball. So we brought Larry Pierce in.
Oh, okay. We can do that.
So I was just telling somebody we've got to go. We got the button. You press the button. It says, "Come on, ref." We got to. I need to get you. Come on, Blue.
Come on, Blue. Yeah, we got to have that right out there too. You definitely got to have that. Yeah, I threw a few of those out there the last couple of games, but yeah.
No, I don't believe that, Larry. So let's start with the ladies. Again, we're getting better, and the program is improving. Though sometimes you may not necessarily see it on the scoreboard.
Right.
Talk us through that. What's going on that you see out there?
Yeah, no, we're definitely. If you go comparison from year to year, that shows improvement. We have surpassed last year's win totals. Coach Hendricks is getting her system implemented. The girls have adapted well to it, and so they're seeing it now. We want to be more competitive in district. That's
right.
Always going to be the end goal, but sometimes it takes a little time to get there.
Right.
With a new coach and kind of new instruction. So girls are playing well. We talked a little bit off air about softball and baseball being so pitcher-centered, and that matters a lot in those two high school sports. And so Julie Bird is one that throws for us, pitches for us, probably more than others, and she has now been pitching for us probably for 3 years. Or I know since I've been here. I don't know if she pitched much as a freshman. And so that predicates a lot, and I will say in non-district the games that she was throwing really well, those are the games that we had success in. Games that we struggle on the I don't guess softball is the mound,
the circle.
The circle. Games that you struggle in the circle, then those are the ones that we have struggled. Now I think one thing that has improved drastically, even in games that we have lost, is we have performed well at the plate. We have put the ball in play, and we have scored runs. And that's like the other night against Carthage, you know. I mean, we still scored 8 on them. So, I mean, we're still putting the ball in play, getting runners on base, and doing well offensively. So, you know, we still have a couple games left in the first round of district, and then, you know, I think the way Coach Hendricks talks, she feels pretty good about those. So if we could pull a win or two out with those, then we're right back in the mix in the second round of district.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, that's why I've just kind of been keeping up with the girls and just kind of seeing how they're going. But they are, you know, much improved from last year. You know, they're doing what you do. You know, what you've always talked about, Coach. You're building a program and getting it ready to roll. And you got some younger classmen there that are going to be good for them in the next couple of years.
Absolutely. You know, and softball, I say she, but softball, it has been our one girls program up to this point to where we do have some seniors. I mean, we're playing with 5 or 6 of them, and that is a big class considering all of our girls sports this year. They all have been very minimal. But Carson Crouch has, the last few games, has played really well at the plate, and of course she's playing first base. Like I said, Julie Bird has been pitching for us. Our girl Gabby, she took 1 yard the other night. But she's playing center field and doing really well at the plate, and so you know, there really are. I mean, it's not like we're not playing well in the field and we're not doing well at the plate. I mean, there's a lot of things that are going good for us. I mean, as soon as they all kind of mesh, then we're going to be in pretty good shape.
Got to put it all together.
That's right,
definitely.
And then turn to the guys. We've covered 3 or 4 games now, and it's unfortunately we didn't get to cover Gilmore, the one where we really put the smack down on somebody.
Yes, sir.
But you know, it's good. I was telling a coach, and I guess our post game with Henderson, it's, you know, on the one hand you feel optimistic, on the other hand you feel like we're right there.
Right.
I mean, just needed, you know, against Henderson we ended up losing 4-1. They got an insurance run in the 8th or in the 6th or 7th, but it's 3-1, and they get their 3. Their 9th, it's 2 outs. Their 9th batter, 9th spot comes up, and we get 2 strikes on him, and he walks, or it was an error or something. If we retire that 9th spot batter, it's still 0-0.
That's right.
Instead, he gets on, and then they come up and get some and able to put the runs on.
That's right.
And it's really that close.
Right. That's the baseball thing of it there too. You know, you're right there. You know, that one little pitch or that one little thing that gets away, it gets off the end of the it gets off the end of the, and it can turn into a downfall. And it sounds like that's what happened to him the other night.
That, and again, a couple of these games, it's not like we're striking out. We're getting up and making contact, but we're hitting the ball where the guys are. I've told Coach, you got to coach them to hit the ball where they're not, not where they are.
It's simple, right? I mean, golly, if that guy's right there, just hit it right there. There's nothing to it.
But they're making contact, and they're playing. We had T.J. Bellin the other night against Henderson made an unbelievable defensive play.
Yes, he did.
He comes across. He comes across second. He's playing shortstop. He comes. Gets it, spins all the way around, and off his back foot makes a throw, and then Lane digs it out. I mean, you don't see that in Houston and Dallas.
Right. Yeah.
No. Oh, come on! Are you talking about Altuve? Come on.
Well, maybe you might see something like it.
That's a great play, though, because that's what you like to see about those young guys. They get out there and they're giving it their all, and they make those great plays like that. That's pretty awesome to see when they make those plays.
It's just, I mean, it just feels like same thing up in Carthage with we really needed to come on blue, but once again they just
tight strike zone, was it?
Well, it was. Let's put it this way: the Carthage pitcher was like he was doing his Maddox Glavin imitation. Man, he was painting it right on the outside part of the plate, and he was getting the calls. I mean,
so it wasn't a very consistent call, what you were saying?
On
both sides.
I don't know. We're not going to go there. But anyway, it's just, you know, that game was close. They ended up getting a few runs later, but again, for the vast majority of the game, that thing was nip and tuck. And
so that's what you can say right now is Rough Riders are in these games. They're just, you know, they're in that little point.
No question.
They're in that little point that is, you know, Not maybe this, but next year, they'll have those things that go their way that they're not going their way.
Well, we got a lot of several freshmen playing.
Yeah,
that's good.
Yeah,
like Coach said earlier, that youth will pay off.
Yeah,
it'll pay off later on.
But I think it's going to pay off. I mean, I really expect the balls are going to start finding the holes, and that when we go to the home and home series with some of these teams,
it's going to pay off before this year's up. And the thing that is most encouraging from my seat, maybe not Coach Moore's, but I really think he feels the same way, is take that inning the other night versus Henderson, all right? And it was the 8th and 9th. We had 2 outs, and it was the 8th and 9th hole batter that we put on with walks.
Yep.
And then they got a base hit, and then we had an error, and then they hit one to the outfield. So the next thing you know, it's 3-0. Our kids did not change the way they were playing the game. And I think in the last couple of years that I have seen is when something negative happened, all right, then we're just going to move on. We're just going to move on to tomorrow.
Yeah.
And that's not the attitude. They just continue to play, and that's why good things are going to happen before the season's up, and we're going to win some games that people probably already think we're not going to win. And we're going to win the games we're supposed to win, and we're going to steal 1 or 2 here. And the next thing you know, we've got a chance to pull that 4th or 3rd place spot in the playoffs, and our kids are going to be able to do that. And we're going to be able to do that because of our mentality and the way we approach the game. We understand that negative things are going to happen. It's how are we going to respond? And we've responded in a good way. And so I think that's more important than maybe some of the other things up to this point.
Yeah. And this is a tough
younger
district.
Kids to play that way, absolutely.
This is a tough district.
It's easy for maybe a freshman or sophomore to be put in a negative situation and him respond in a very youthful way because he's not used to it. But ours are not. Ours are responding in a positive way and understanding why they happen, and they just keep playing. So their mentality and demeanor are big right now, and if they will continue to do that, then it's going to pay off before next year.
Awesome. Yep. There we go. That's awesome.
All right, folks, we're about to take a break. Before we go, we're going to talk about JBI Insurance. That's Joe Bill Insurance, located there on Hurst Street. He is a sponsor for all Rough Rider sports. Now, if you need for all your life, auto, home needs, go check out Joe Bill Machalia right there where he's always been, there on Hurst Street. We'll be brought back with a little more of the Rick Meeks Show right after this.
Sparky D's Bargain Store. Who are we? We're an online auction store. You'll find us on Facebook only. We're located in Center, Texas. Check us out as we have auctions going on right now. It's Sparky D's Bargain Store, an online auction store that can save you lots of money. Go check out our page, bid on items you like, and save yourself a lot of money. It's Sparky D's Bargain Store, Facebook only, located in Center. At Sparky D's Bargain Store, we'll save you more.
For Matthews Realty, going above and beyond is what's expected. This is agency owner Colin Matthews. Our team of seasoned real estate professionals believe in giving their clients an advantage in any real estate transaction. Matthews Realty has a reputation of highly personalized service. Matter of fact, it's our #1 priority. From commercial and residential properties, poultry farms to beach rentals, our team works hard so you don't have to.
Call Matthews Realty 598-7800 or see their complete listings at matthewsrealty.com.
So many things get started at Pizzeria. You start your party off with a pizza from the pizzeria. You get your celebration started. You get your season started. For a lot of us, our passion with pizza started at the pizzeria, a tradition since 1960s. It's the pizzeria just off the square in Center.
Center Motor Company. From whatever angle you look at it, you see Ford. Ford trucks, SUVs like the Bronco, and iconic cars like the Mustang. A legacy managed by Kevin Jones and created by Ray Jones. Center Motor Company on Hurst Street in Center. All right, everybody, welcome back to the Rick Meeks Show here at the Pizzeria. It's brought to you by Sabine State Bank. It's also brought to you by the Forge on the gym. On the gym.
The gym on the square.
The Forge is on the square. It's a gym, you know. It's a gym of a gym on the square. Let me circle back. Jack Callan was in for spring break, and he and his buddies, a lot of his center friends, go to the Forge, and that's where, therefore, as a guest, he went and he said, "Dad, if I move back here, can I have a Yes. You're welcome to pay for your own membership, Forge Son. I think that'd be a great idea." So anyway, it's a good thumbs up from Jack Allen. Okay, something to smile about, brought to you by Wyndham Family Dental. There's so many things to choose from, but you see it and we don't, so we're going to defer to you. What makes you smile these days?
This week is going to be Mary Grace Whittlesey. She is our lone golfer that qualified for regionals.
Really?
Oh, nice.
And so she qualified as a medalist at the girls' district tournament. So she will be competing in Huntsville on April 10th and 11th, I believe. So a couple weeks on a Wednesday, Thursday. So
well, I wonder.
Excited for her.
That's very surprising. Did she get that from her mother?
Yeah. Her mother's a 100%. Big golf.
She didn't get any of it from Joe.
Congratulations!
Yes,
Mary Grace.
that is something to smile about.
Yeah.
Oh, I just can't believe that she's. I mean, I just think she's a little baby.
Yeah.
I mean, this is crazy.
Yeah. And of course, it doesn't surprise me that she plays golf.
No,
I didn't
not
know
at
she
all.
Did.
Right.
No, that's not. That isn't surprising. But that's a great one. That's a great one.
Yes,
Coach always bringing it with something good.
That's going to make me grin the rest of the day. Well, Coach, thank you for coming
Absolutely.
up here on a day where you
y'all.
didn't have to be somewhere.
Oh, that's okay. Yeah. That's okay. I'm glad. I enjoyed it.
We'll come back, close up, and tell you about where the broadcast team will be. That's Coach Meeks of the Coach Meeks Show. We'll be right back and close it up from Pizzeria right after this. Your Center Rough Rider winter sports schedule brought to you in part by Ace Hardware. Ace is the place in Shelby County for the helpful hardware folks. Brookshire Brothers, beginning its 103rd year as your neighborhood market. And Covington Lumber Supply. If you need it to build or repair, you find it at Covington's.
For Matthews Realty, going above and beyond is what's expected. This is agency owner Colin Matthews. Our team of seasoned real estate professionals believe in giving their clients an advantage in any real estate transaction. Matthews Realty has a reputation of highly personalized service. Matter of fact, it's our #1 priority. From commercial and residential properties, poultry farms to beach rentals, our team works hard so you don't have to.
Call Matthews Realty 598-7800 or see their complete listings at matthewsrealty.com.
Struggling with mobility, chronic pain, work, or sports injury? At Azalea Orthopedics, our team of highly trained physicians specialize in complete orthopedic care, pain management, sports medicine, physical medicine, and rehabilitation. If you've sustained a bone or joint injury, have mobility or movement problems, struggle with pain, contact Azalea Orthopedics. We're conveniently located across East Texas, serving 18 counties. When visiting your doctor, urgent care, or hospital, you have a choice. Demand Azalea. At Azalea Orthopedics, your health is our priority.
Welcome back, everybody. As we close up from the pizzeria, thank you, Sabine State Bank, for bringing the Rick Meeks Show all year long. Them and Pizzeria have been our presenting sponsors. We're going to be doing some broadcasting this week. Larry, you can't see him, but you can hear him. Larry, where are you planning to be this week?
I'm going to go cover some Jacksonville soccer for NFHS. You know, we've been wanting to expand our soccer coverage, and the best way to do it is to go do games. So we're going to go over to Jacksonville tomorrow and do the girls and then the guys. And I understand doing some research that Jacksonville is like the #1 top team in 4A in the state. That should be a good one.
They're the one team that would be favored to beat Kilgore.
Right, yeah.
But now the Jacksonville girls, since it's at home, they must be pretty good too.
Yeah, I think they got to the I think they were the #2, something like that. So they were able to get a home game as well. So they'll play first, and then and it's against Henderson and Carthage. Okay. Are the two teams that they're playing. I think it's Henderson on the boys' side, and then the girls are playing Carthage.
Okay, districts are different for the girls.
Yeah, so Carthage, Henderson ended up 4th in our district. So you had Kilgore, you had us, you had Sabine, and then Henderson, who kind of fell off there at the
Henderson
end.
gets the pleasure of going to play state #1.
Yeah, exactly. So
and it could be worse places to go to Tomato Bowl in Jacksonville.
Once I saw that, I was like, get to go to Jacksonville and all the good food and go to the Tomato Bowl. You can't beat that, man. That's awesome.
Not bad. We're going to go all the way to Center tomorrow.
There you go. Hey, you guys go on a trip.
Right, all the way to the other part of town.
But then on Friday.
Well, I don't know for sure about Friday, but I'm going to try to do some more soccer later in the week. But on Thursday, being Good Friday,
yes.
A lot of schools out. But on Thursday, there's a big baseball game down in West Sabine I want to cover. West Sabine and Comanil. I need to get down south, cover some ball games down there. So I'm hoping to be down there with those guys and cover that game on Thursday.
Very
then
good.
Friday, we'll see after that.
We'll see if there's a game on Friday for you to cover.
Oh, yeah. We'll be somewhere.
That sounds good.
Right. Nothing like Good Friday and Larry covering soccer or baseball.
Baseball or softball, whatever.
Softball.
I've been having a blast with baseball, softball already, man. It's been a good time.
And I'm so glad you're doing it because we have a soccer team that we're kind of excited about.
Yep.
That's going to handicap our coverage of Rough Rider Diamond Ball while we're watching the soccer folks. But we know we're going to be there Tuesday. We don't know if they win or when they win. We'll play Thursday or Friday. So there's
right.
There's some coin flips involved, so we'll let you know. Thank you for being here. Thank you for putting this together, Counselor, and Larry, as always. This was your second show this evening, right?
Yeah. We did the Piney Woods Area Coach Show earlier, so it was all good.
So it's brought to you by Sabine State Bank. Thanks to Rick Meeks, our guest, and a big thank you to Steve Waters at Sabine bringing you the show. And, of course, come on down here to the pizzeria anytime you want some good food. We'll be talking to you tomorrow from different places around the state, Jacksonville and Center. And until then, hope that the whole day is nothing but net.
That's right. Peace.
So many things get started at Pizzeria. You start your party off with a pizza from the pizzeria. You get your celebration started. You get your season started. For a lot of us, our passion with pizza started at the pizzeria, a tradition since 1960s. It's the Pizzeria just off the square in Center.
Evans' three-point shot.
It's a towering shot, baby.
Red Horse takes it to the house. This has been a presentation of the Rough Rider broadcast team, brought to you by Watlington and Shires Productions.